Thanks for staying with us. I'm Bill O'Reilly. In the Impact segment tonight, the return of Dick Morris. As you may remember, he was wrong about the Obama-Romney race 4 years ago, but Morris has made kind of a comeback, writing a book called Armageddon, bestseller, which outlined how Hillary Clinton could be defeated in this election. Then last Friday, 4 days before the vote, Morris said this.
It does appear that Trump is closing in on 270 electoral votes and could go significantly higher than the amount he needs to win.
And Dick Morris joins us now here in New York City. So you were one of the few who called it right. How did you know?
Well, I came to understand by watching, reading the polls, working in Britain for Brexit. I was part of the United Kingdom Independence Party when it was first set up, that the major new factor in our politics are 35 million white high school educated men and women, more men than women. They are 35% of America's vote. And they feel forgotten, they feel passed over, they feel that the media and the establishment have contempt for them. They see that they're seen as flyover country, and their pent-up frustration is something that Trump really understood and really tapped into. There's no movement for them. There's no National Association for the Advancement of High School Educated People. But they kind of look at the black movement, Latino, women, Greens, gays, and they say, what about us? What about us with our problems?
Now, the left portrays that crew as racist and responding to a message from President-elect Trump of, I'm going to keep out the foreigners and I'm going to, crack down on hooligans or whatever. And then so the left, the elite, say, well, if you support that, you're a racist. Is there a racial component in that group? I
don't think so. I mean, they may individually be racist, but their frustration is not that somebody else has, but that they haven't.
So is it an economic-based frustration?
Overwhelmingly economic.
Yeah. Not social.
No. They've lost their jobs, they've lost their pensions, their houses, their marriages in some cases, their custody of children, their cars being repoed. And they look at it and they say, there is nobody, in the words of your show, who's looking out for me.
Okay. That's a very astute analysis because Trump carried them like over 60%, I think.
Well,
right?
McCain got 49% of white high school men.
Right.
Romney 55.
Right.
Trump 68.
68. Why aren't the white working class folks without a college degree joined by the blacks and the Hispanics in the same category?
Well, because the blacks and Hispanics have shifted their allegiance from private sector to government. They're not that interested as much in jobs as they are in entitlements.
Now, you're generalizing. So you believe that the Democratic Party has bought those groups?
Well, I'll give you a stat. In 1980, 1/3 of the federal budget was on entitlements. Now 2/3 is.
Does that include Social Security and
that includes
Medicare?
Social Security.
Because that's not an entitlement,
okay.
really.
Well, it is, but it's not means tested.
Right.
If you take means tested entitlements, welfare,
right.
35% of America receives them.
Okay, and back in 1983?
About 18.
So it's doubled.
Doubled.
It's about doubled.
And in fact, we have 114 million people who work full-time. We have 106 million that get welfare.
Okay, so you believe that that's why, because if that coalition of blacks and Latinos were ever to join the white coalition, that would be overwhelming.
Latinos probably will. And many blacks will. I think that one thing in the black vote is there may have been a fissure between southern blacks who stayed loyal to the Democrats and northern blacks who began to vote like their white high school educated
or
peers.
Stay home. That was the big thing in Michigan, that you had so many blacks stay home.
But the point is, there's no leader of this movement. There's no Jesse Jackson. There's no David Free Dan. There's no Gloria Steinem.
Donald Trump's the leader.
But there is a Donald Trump.
Right, he's the leader.
And he is the leader. He created it, and that's why he won. And that's why the liberal elites couldn't imagine that he could possibly
That's
win.
true. They don't even care about those people. You got
I think that flyover country should join the N-word.
Dick Morris, everybody. There he is.